Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of Invincible. I got to say this is kind of moving a lot quicker than I thought it'd be, but it is still interesting, and I'm eager to see how the comic is different from the TV show. As always, like and subscribe. Leave a comment for your thoughts, recommendations. I'm already considering Moon Knight, and I've actually been considering having some videos where I draw, because I actually do draw. I draw, maybe talk about what I'm drawing, explaining what I'm doing, or just talk about my day. I don't know. The focus is going to be, as always, voice, and as the channel name suggests, a low tone feel. So I'm thinking about doing that, and some video games too. An idea I had was for doing Minecraft videos and other games that are chill and easy to relax to. Let me know what you guys think about those ideas, and if you have any ideas of how I could pull that off, what would work. That'll be helpful too. Anywho, let's get into Invincible. Issue 3. Looks like this is when the aliens are gonna attack, but could be wrong. We are currently working with the authorities to give them all the information we can in order to help them locate the missing students. This seems to be an announcement we're hearing at Mark's high school, or just a random school, Reginald Vell Johnson High School. I don't really remember what school Mark attends. I must stress, the spokesperson says, I believe this is the principal. I must stress to you all that this is not a reason to panic. The 3 missing students, though reported missing on different days, did know each other. It's possible this was planned by them, and no foul play has been taken. Still, we called this school meeting so that the rumors wouldn't overwhelm the truth. You now know what we know. Just to be safe, try not to go anywhere alone. And please report anything suspicious to either me or any of the other people you see here beside me. If we're lucky, the missing students will show up and everything will go back to normal. But until then, keep your eyes and ears open. If any of you have any questions, I'll be in my office in about 15 minutes, and more than likely for the rest of the day. You can all go back to class now. Just go on to 4th period from here. People who are on first lunch period can go on to the cafeteria. The bell will ring in 7 minutes. Please be where you're supposed to be by then. Mark and Eve are talking. Everyone's thinking about it, and I'm going to be the guy to say it. Whatever happened couldn't have happened to a nicer bunch of guys. Jesus, Mark, Eve says, that's a pretty mean thing to say. I talked to Todd a few times. I mean, I can't speak for the other two, but he at least seemed nice. Mark says, "You're totally clueless. Why do you think Todd Jefferson would be nice to you?" Off the top of my head, I think it may have something to do with you being an extremely attractive girl. You know, I'm dating Rex, right? Whoa, that's not where I was going with that at all. Right, he says. So are you on your way to the cafeteria too? Or are you just walking with me? Mark says, "Well, I guess I have the same lunch period too. I can't believe we hadn't met before last month." "Is this seat taken?" Mark asks at lunch. "Not at all. Have at it," Eve says. "Sorry if I made it weird back there. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think." Mark says, "Don't even think about it. Doesn't need to be brought up again." They sit there, Mark looking disappointed. And he changes the subject. "So, sure is fun being a superhero, isn't it?" Eve says, "Did you hear there was another mall bombing?" Robot is trying to figure out who's behind them, but the bombs are so powerful, they are disintegrating all the evidence at the scene. "Another bombing?" Mark says. "That's 2 in less than 3 weeks." Eve says, "If you want to swing by the secret lair, or whatever the boys call it, after school today, I'm sure Robot would be glad to see you. You never did get back to him on whether or not you were going to join the team." I don't know if I can make it. I've got to work tonight." "You still work at the Burger Mart? Isn't your dad a semi-famous novelist?" "Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like I need the money. He makes me work there because he thinks he builds character." "Weird," Eve says. "Well, I've got to get to class. See you around. Later." "So, the rumors are true. You guys are going out." William sneaks up from behind Mark. Hey, William. Going out where?" "Don't play dumb with me. You two are an item, boyfriend and girlfriend, and all the perks that come with it." "Trust me," Mark says, "she's not my girlfriend." We skip to Burger Mart, where Mark is working the fryer. "Grayson, fries. We got customers waiting." "Coming right up, sir," Mark says. "Coming right up? Do you realize how long our customers have been waiting? Don't you know that waiting customers aren't happy customers?" "No, I guess not." "You guess? Well, you better hope come Friday that I guess that you should get paid. Now go take out the trash. I'll finish the fries." "You know what? I think I'll just quit instead." Jerk. Mark storms out of the burger place, right out the back door, taking all of his uniform off. And he's standing there contemplating. And he says, "Dad's going to kill me." We skip to dinner at Mark's house, where Mark, Omni-Man, and his mother are all getting ready for dinner, or finishing dinner actually. "Boy, that casserole sure was good, Mom," Mark says. "Absolutely, hon. You really outdid yourself," Omni-Man says. "Thanks, but you're both still going to have to do the dishes." Curses. Foiled again. "So, says, oh, fine. Do you want to wash or rinse? Oh, I'll be washing tonight. How many dishes did I have to hand back to you last night? Nolan continues, I was thinking, now that you're an active superhero, you've got more important things to do than flip burgers. I don't see any reason why you can't just quit. It's not like you ever really needed the money. I think I could manage that, Mark says. Lucky him, he already quit. Up in Mark's room, he's getting dressed into a superhero costume, and Nolan comes in. Hey, Mark, what are you doing? I'm just getting ready to go out on patrol. I figured I'd take a stroll around the city by air and make sure everything's on the up and up. Mind if I tag along? I think we're about due for a team up. That would be great. You said team up. As they're flying through the air, Nolan says, you know, from all indications, you're not doing too bad, especially for being as new to this as you are. Thanks, Dad. Whoosh, and his dad flies off. Dad suddenly comes back and he says, sorry about that. There was a chemical fire over at the university's science lab. Anyway, as I was saying, you've done a lot of good these past 3 months. To be quite honest, I'm impressed. That really means a lot coming from you, Dad. Thanks. Don't thank me, son. Just keep up the good work. Look out, Dad. That dam is about to, Omni-Man is already off. Comes back and Mark just says, show off. You want to grab some lunch? Sure. Mark, over at Beefy Frank's hot dog stand, Mark and Nolan are sitting down eating, and Mark says, so, is that going to come naturally, or am I going to have to practice? I mean, I could barely keep up with you on the way here. As you get older and your powers increase, you should be able to fly faster. To be honest, I don't know how all this is going to work. You may never get as powerful as me. I guess I couldn't complain if they never increased at all. Yeah, and another thing is that you don't even really know how to use the powers you have yet. Just wait until beep, 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 beep. Hold on. Nolan's phone rings. Or pager. He says, oh geez, I'll be back in a minute. It looks like he flew off. Mark is eating his hot dog. And he comes back and he says, I'm going to need your help on this one. And they're both off. We go to a huge battle scene. Mark sees it, flies in, and says, whoa. Just at the sheer size of everything. No time for that, son. Let's help these boys out. As Omni-Man flies in, I'll do what I can as he punches one of the enemies in the face. That's the spirit. Omni-Man flying through stuff, just blowing it up. Sure are a lot of these guys, Mark says. No kidding. There seems to be an endless stream of them coming out of that portal. Well, you're obviously not from around here, Mark says as he sees the helmet off of one of the now confirmed aliens. Let me help you find your way home. He knocks him right back into that portal. Omni-Man says, I think we're dealing with some sort of other dimensional army here. I don't recognize these things at all, which means they could have an entire universe worth of soldiers ready to spill out of that thing. We've got to get them back in that portal and figure out a way to close that thing fast. Any ideas, Mark says? Not yet, no. Omni-Man flies over, breaks a few machinery. Mark says, wait a second, as he's punching some more aliens in the face. Is it just me, or are these guys getting slower? Now that you mention it, this seems to be getting easier. Geez, Dad, this guy is aging by the minute, as he just stops to observe one of the aliens' faces. Time must work differently in their dimension. They're starting to drop like flies. Yeah, and if there weren't so many of them, we'd be winning this battle. We're not defeated yet. Omni-Man lifts up a huge tank, I think, and he throws it. Get off my planet. Omni-Man's looking tense, angry, like he's about to snap. Mark says, Dad, it's okay. It's okay, Dad. They're leaving. It's over. Omni-Man says, you're right. Let's go. So, does that happen often? Mark says. Thankfully, no. That was not a pleasant experience. If another couple of seconds had gone by before we discovered their accelerated aging, I would have called in the Guardians of the Globe, or Megaforce, or both. Wow. I guess I didn't really notice how bad it got. Well, we made it through. Don't dwell on it. Let's just worry about getting home without running into any more trouble. We're almost there, and I'll bet your mom's almost done with Lakeside Mall. Try to keep up. Omni-Man is off, and Mark says, crap, what is it? No time. And Mark is trying his best to keep up with his dad, but his dad is leaving him. Mark says, crap. He arrives at the mall, the hole already in the ceiling. And Mark says, what's going on? He just hears Omni-Man saying, wake up, wake up. What are you doing? As we see Omni-Man holding someone up, the person is asking him, what are you doing? Quickly, Omni-Man says, tell me who did this to you. Did what? The person says, as he's looking terrified. And Omni-Man throws him into the air. And seconds before, the bomb on that person's chest is about to explode. And the person explodes above them all. Mark says, that was one of the missing students from my school. But that would mean just then, one of the aliens from earlier pops out of a portal, grabs Omni-Man and pulls him in. And Mark screams, Dad! And they're gone. And Mark says, dang it, and he flies away. He returns home and comes into the dining room and sees his mom. The mom says, I guess I can look forward to you both being home late from now on. Actually, Dad was sucked into a portal about 15 minutes ago. I don't think he'll be home tonight. There were some aliens we fought earlier today. I'm sure he's fine. His mother pauses for a bit, and she says, well, that's more pork chops for us. All right. So, I'm going to stop here, and we'll start issue 4 in the next video. Again, like and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know what you guys think about my suggestions about or my ideas about doing videos for video games, ASMR, and videos for me drawing and talking while I'm drawing. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.